Ever feel like your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling, like you're talking to a wall? Or worse, like you're that person who leaves a 5-minute voicemail that nobody wants to listen to? If you're anything like me, your prayer life probably falls into one of these categories. It's as exciting as watching paint dry. You sound like a broken ChatGPT, repeating the same requests over and over. You've turned God into your personal genie. Rub the prayer lamp, get what you want. Or prayer has become that dreaded chore you avoid, like doing your taxes. And here's the thing, when we stop praying, it's like pulling the plug on our spiritual life support. Everything just dies. But what if I told you there's a completely different way to do this? What if prayer isn't supposed to be a performance, but a conversation? What prayer actually is. Forget every complicated definition you've heard. Prayer isn't a test you need to pass or a formula you need to memorize. Picture this, two friends sitting across from each other, sharing their deepest thoughts, their fears, their dreams, until there's no wall between them anymore. That's prayer. It's the beautiful collision of two hearts, yours and God's, where authentic connection happens. The 3 game changers. For prayer to actually work, you need these 3 elements. Missing any one of them is like trying to make coffee without water. It's just not happening. 1. Awareness. Actually showing up. You know that feeling when someone walks into a room behind you? You don't see them, but you just know they're there? That's where prayer starts, with the simple awareness that you're not alone. There's someone else in the room with you. This isn't about feelings, it's about knowing. 2. Authenticity, dropping the act. Here's the truth that changes everything. God doesn't hear your perfect words. He hears your heart. Stop worrying about whether you're saying the right thing or using holy language. God isn't grading your grammar, He's listening to your soul. Be real. If you're angry, say so. If you're confused, admit it. If you're grateful, express it. Raw honesty is the language God speaks fluently. 3. Surrender, letting go of control. Think about a trust fall. The moment you let yourself fall backward, you're 100% dependent on the person catching you. No backup plan, no safety net. That's the kind of radical trust prayer requires. Not God, please help if you have time, but God, I'm all in. My life is in your hands. Setting the stage. This isn't magic, but preparation matters. You're about to have a conversation with the creator of the universe. Find a quiet space. Turn off your phone. Your posture matters because your body reflects your heart. When your body is open, your soul opens too. Remember this, the degree to which you make yourself present to God is the same degree He'll make Himself present to you. How to have a real conversation with God. Step 1, clear the clutter. Before you start, you need to declutter your mind. Imagine all your stress, anxiety, and racing thoughts as static on a radio. Take deep breaths. With each exhale, imagine that static getting quieter and quieter until there's just silence, peace, space. Step 2, acknowledge His presence. Now, simply invite Him in. No fancy words needed. God, I'm here. I know you're here too. Then just be still. Let the silence speak. This isn't awkward silence, it's sacred silence. Step 3, get real about your failures. Start with honesty about where you've messed up, not from a place of shame, but from a place of truth. Father, I've been selfish when I've hurt others by. I've ignored you when. Remember, God isn't a disappointed parent tapping his foot. He's a loving Father running toward you with open arms. Step 4, pray for others. Now think bigger than yourself. Pray for those who are suffering, for those who have lost hope, for healing in our broken world. It's not about having the perfect words, it's about having a heart that actually cares and trusts that God can do something about it. Step 5, share your heart. Finally, talk about you. Jesus says, tell me your fears as simply as you can. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. The more you share your fears with God, the less power they have over you. And learn to distinguish between what you want and what you need. End with, Lord, you know what I need better than I do. That's what I want. Step 6, gratitude. Always end with thanksgiving. Not flowery words, just a genuine thank you from your heart. The real talk. Let's be honest. Sometimes we just don't want to pray, and that's okay. But ask yourself this: do I really love God? Do I really believe He's a real person who hears me and loves me? If your answer is yes, then what better way could you spend a few minutes each day than talking with the one who created the stars and knows your name? Try this for a week. Make it your own. I guarantee you'll hear Him somewhere deep in your soul. And when you do, remember that moment, because that's when you stop praying to God and start praying with God. That's when everything changes. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And drop a comment below. What's been your biggest struggle with prayer? Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, keep the conversation going.